been a minute that I've kind of recorded anything, so it's gonna be a little all over the place. Do not know if anyone's watching these or anything, but it's pretty much for me, kind of getting on here, my mental diary. Kind of today, what day is it today? I don't even know what day it is. Today is June 21st, and in a minute that I've uploaded just because of me dealing with my own mental crap and not necessarily wanting to get out of my own mind, and me kind of just basically saying, why am I recording and uploading when basically nothing is happening? And sometimes I know I lose patience, and I know that's one of the things. It's, you have to have patience for things that you start, and I honestly don't know where this is going or where I'm going, and at this moment I'm just, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens, and whatever goes from here, and I have to get myself from consistently being stuck in my mind and consistently thinking of old things that I know no longer are I know that are not gonna change, but me still thinking of them and wishing that there was a way of just clicking a switch and just basically not thinking of them. I think it's time for me to do things for myself and not necessarily for anyone else, and whatever happens, happens. And really work on myself, and really basically what I think it's like, I really have to destroy everything I know of myself, and hoping that from me destroying everything I knew of myself and believed or thought of myself, that something else comes out. Because at times I'm like, am I really the person that I thought I am, or that I thought I wanted to be? And I don't know if it's just me consistently thinking of my past and thinking maybe if there was, I don't know why I consistently stay on the past. I don't know if me thinking if there was like something different that I was able to do, then maybe I was able to apply that to the future, to relationships. And each time that I kept looking, it was me pleasing other people and me chasing other people and me not really truly being honest with myself about my needs. And yes, I was honest to some degree, but it was to the person that I thought I was and what that person needed. And yeah, so it took me a bit to kind of get out of the funk. Yeah, and me consistently kind of trying to do things differently, and me not expecting things from people, or me thinking that because I'm treating people this way that they're gonna see and somehow treat me the same way. But anyways, I've started kind of working out more, started doing some hikes, working out more in the day, moving more, and also kind of I'm still off the whole social media thing. I'm trying not to be on it as much, and hopefully that in that interim I find myself, because everyone's damaged and I can't expect someone to fix me, and can't expect someone to understand how they made me feel. Maybe they'll understand to a degree, but not necessarily truly understand how I feel. And in reality, it's just like I'm losing people. I know that I'm going to lose people because it's time that I set boundaries for myself so that I can discover myself and truly know what I'm capable of. So yeah, so hopefully me kind of getting like, I'm hoping that I'm going to start recording a little more, so I can see where I end up, and necessarily not for anyone but for me. But if anyone watches this, that they watch it, and hopefully that they know that they're not alone. Because believe me, the last 3 weeks took me to a really scary spot of me like thinking of killing myself, and thinking of what it would be if I was not here. What would be an easy way that I would not necessarily feel any pain. And yes, Luna. And it took me some time. It took me like me searching and trying to be like, hey, going to people and being, hey, I'm kind of not in the right mind. And then pretty much my family members, or even my own mom, saying, ignoring it or passing it, and it's just like I understand now. It's just like I have to really do this for myself. So yeah, so one of the things I kind of am working on, and it's kind of cool. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Luna. Can I help you, Luna? What? This is kind of something that I'm working on, that I actually started working on. So I'm patching this on, putting this, no, I'm working on this jacket, kind of trying to do things not to either be watching TV consistently or on my phone. So while I'm in the interim of studying for my real estate exam, I kind of also doing these little side projects. Yes, ma'am? What, ma'am? Can I help you with something? So hopefully, I mean, anyways, kind of, I'm losing all my thought. This is what you do when you try to do this and you smoke pot. But, Luna, can you give me 1 second, please? Just one moment, let me just finish this little spot. So anyways, putting these beads, individual beads that I'm kind of beating myself, and this patch I'm kind of working on. I have a couple other patches that I'm kind of thinking and playing around with, seeing how to put them or where they're gonna go. But isn't this one pretty? Look at this one. So that's kind of what I am doing right now. So anyways, that is what I'm working on. Trying to do things that I can get, so I can get out of my own mind. Honestly, I've never done this ever in my life. I've beaded, like, I've bedazzled like shoes and stuff, but nothing like in this realm. So one of the things that I'm using the pearls with is this, that I got at downtown LA Fashion District. And then the other thing that I'm also going to be doing with it is with this big guy. I also got this downtown, and this is going to put some studs in it. So yeah, playing around with it. Never have I done this. I realized one thing that I've kind of come to realize is the people you thought were going to be there are not there. And as much as you try to fix things for other people, you're always going to be left behind. God, these needles, it's like threading these needles, I have to say. I had to find one with a big ass loop, but I don't know if you can see that, because it's hard to thread. I had a little one, and believe me, I was having problems with it. But yeah, if you watch this again, Aiden, just continue working on yourself. And I think I know it's consistently going to be a struggle, and you're going to have days that you do not want to go on, and you sometimes feel like not take one more step or one more breath, but know that you can. Even though in the past you know that there's no one there for you because recent events, as you told your mother you were thinking of committing suicide, and she was more concerned of how I was spending my money. It's hard at times when you have done so much for everyone, and at the same time trying to fix the family and trying to, it's maybe because I saw those shows on TV when I was growing up. And as I was growing up, I remember in a Hispanic household, it was always about, like, you know, family parties and la da da. That was when they freshly came here, I should say, fresh off the boat. And it was always family, and every holiday I can remember, it was like I was always excited to see my cousins and stuff like that, because all the shit that we would get into. And all the food, because, you know, all my uncles and my tias and tios would always have to be, like, responsible for, like, a dish. And, you know, me growing up, I loved eating, something that, you know, as someone that comes from trauma in their past, food is their comfort. Hey, You know the thing about this, that it's just like, I'll show it back right now. It's a little wonky. I'm gonna have to figure out, like, trying to put like a piece of fabric or something so that you can't see the mess in the back. Cause believe me, Hannah, it is all over the place. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Mommy, I'm not gonna have you up here because I'm recording right now and I already messed up. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way. So these are the little individual pearls that I'm putting in, and then this is the back of the jacket. See? So I'm gonna have to figure out how to put something like on it, or else. Luna, what? You were sleeping. Now you want attention? Gorda, give me a second. Yeah, I don't even know where I was at. You know, I'm gonna be all over this video, girl, because it's, you interrupt me and I'm not going with the flow. But anyways, oh, what was I talking about? Yes, Luna. You want attention? Come over here. See, you walk away. You want attention? Come here. Okay, is that enough? Can I get back to work? Because I'm gonna like forget where that. Okay. I think I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about that when I was younger, I used to like, I don't even know, like I know I was talking about like young being young. When I was younger, you know, all my uncles and aunts used to get together and all that stuff. Girl, I'm literally gonna be all over this video because I don't even know what I'm talking about now. We were younger, like, you know, maybe like a lot of families do now still, and or I don't know what happened, but anyways, so when we were younger, I clearly remember all our family getting together for any little events like birthdays, summers we would go to the lakes, like any little birthday, quinceañeras, bautismos, anything you can think of, we would do. And as they started getting better paying jobs, they started getting homes, because I clearly remember everyone lived in an apartment. They started getting better jobs, and you know, and siblings, I noticed, not that I partake in it, but sibling rivalry, I can't even talk, of, oh, he has this and I have to have that too. Kind of greed mentality. And one thing is just like, I think I remember those memories, and I clearly enjoyed those memories. I think sometimes those are the best memories that I sometimes have when I was younger with my cousins and playing around and running around, and when it was more family oriented before we started growing and them starting getting money and buying their homes, and not that they were millionaires or anything, but more than what they came here with. And I noticed that we started drifting apart, and that they started kind of getting in like their own little drama, my uncles and aunts, and we started seeing less and less of them, or we wouldn't hang out, or both my parents worked 2 jobs just to keep up with the Joneses. So I barely saw my parents, and just, I don't even know where this is going. Oh, see, when you smoke, but what I was like saying. So anyways, when they started getting money, it's just something that we started seeing less and less of them. And it's something that, you know, I always enjoy those memories, so I'm thinking it's maybe I grabbed onto those memories, and I really didn't care if it was something that it was just in our intermediate families with my brothers and sisters, because when I was growing up, I did not know that I had step siblings, or not step siblings, but there were biological siblings that were still in Mexico. I always grew up thinking that my younger sister and stuff were my only siblings. Because for the longest time, my mother lied to me about my father, saying who my father really was. But they worked 2 jobs, and I've noticed that I'm very pale. You shave. Excuse me, I am looking like a mess. I was done working out and I do not want to shower yet because I might be going for another walk after this. So anyway, I don't know where I was at. But yeah, I remember all those memories, and then anyways, when I found out that I had brothers and sisters in Mexico, I was like, oh yeah, it's like now we have a bigger family. Well, I know in that everyone had trauma and stuff. Anyways, I was always the one that was always like hoping that putting the family together and trying to make everyone happy and understand everyone and all that. And it just kind of took everything from me. Not only was I taking care of my brothers and sisters as like literally from the age of 7, taking care of my little sister, then the other 2, then from there starting work, I really didn't have time for myself to get to know me. Because I was working or taking care of someone or taking care of something because that's what I was put to. I always felt like I had to fix everyone else's problems because that's how my mom made it and how my stepdad made it feel. That even to like I carried to like go back to a year ago taking care of people still in my own home, and even thinking like a lot of why my relationship kind of failed was because of them and because they were consistently with us. Like for my whole relationship that I was with my partner, like the 12 years, we really only had 1 year to ourselves. And actually now that we're living in LA, after 12 years, we've lived with people, and people lived under our roof, and yeah. So something that I've noticed is that we just have to kind of continue working on ourselves. And I think I made a point that I think the last conversation that I had with my mom, I think that's kind of, I've isolated myself from my family at the moment and only been kind of thinking about myself. But this is going to be a long video, so I'm just going to stop there for the moment. All I can say is continue working on yourself and practice self-love, self-care. Do more spontaneous things. Don't do the normal. Do something different, even if it's brushing your teeth or something consistently or something that you don't do. It could be taking out the trash or reading a book, because a lot of us don't read books anymore. Or something, just do something different. Don't do something normal that consistently makes you stuck or brings you back to what you're trying to accomplish, like move on from. Even though there's times that you're probably going to again feel alone or lost or like giving up. Don't, hoping whatever happens, just have faith in yourself, because you've taken care of people and you know you can take care of people. It's maybe time to take care of ourselves. Just have faith in yourself that you're on the right path to the future, Aiden, if you watch this again. Because even though you're waiting for someone to tell you that you are on the right path, or someone to give you validation that you're doing a good job, it's not going to happen until you kind of start believing in yourself, I think. I already messed up. So as you can clearly see, I need to kind of figure out how I'm going to take this. So see, I can't like record and talk. So stuff like that happens. But all I can say is, even though I'm afraid of where I'm going to be, or if this is going to be forever being alone, feeling alone, then I need to start making myself feel better about myself and working on myself and being happy with myself, because I think I've given enough time for other people. It's just like, hey, why don't I do it for myself? It's hard. You know what I'm gonna do here. I think the hardest part is knowing that you're alone. I mean, not knowing you're alone, feeling alone, because even though you've done so much for other people, no one is there. No one is asking you, hey, are you okay? Or hey, even me going, like I said, going to my own mother, telling her I was in a dark spot. She like brushed it off like it was nothing. Like, it was just another day. but she did manage to bring up, hey, don't spend your money or waste your money because you're gonna regret it. Even though I'm like, hey, I'm not really thinking about money right now, Mom. Every day's a battle, every day's a journey. So, homegirl, now it's you, mommy. I literally cannot have a little moment to myself, yo. And this is why I started doing this jacket, because I started accumulating this stuff when I moved here. See, I already messed up. I started accumulating this stuff when I moved to LA, and I never really got to it. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it because it sounds like it's a cool project, and I never did get to it. And, like, this has been sitting in my closet for a good, I think, like 4 months. And I have other little things that I have to work on that I didn't work on because, again, it's like your mind, you get stuck in it, and it's just like, don't get stuck in your mind, just try to do. I'm trying not to get stuck in my mind, and like it crept up in my mind, and that's why I was like, okay, do something different. Get up, get out of bed, even though you feel like things are falling apart, and you're afraid things are gonna be different. You have to believe it, and you have to just do things differently, and hopefully you end up where you need to end up, because that's what I'm hoping happens. Has to happen, right? We have to have faith. Continue having faith in ourselves, not in other people. I think we need to move the faith into other people and like to ourselves, and hopefully slowly we find ourselves. And oh my god, this is taking me a long time. So this is the back of the jacket, and pretty much what I'm thinking is that the triangles, oh my god, mine's not, that I'm going to be kind of putting some studs on the opposite side. Or I don't know, I'm going to be playing around with it, because I don't know if I actually want to put something down here, or maybe leaving this in. I'll see. So things will change, because I'm thinking of putting some other ones, because I do have a couple more, whatever. So I'm thinking of like, I have some stuff like this. I don't know, actually, this is for a different project, see? Originally this was going to be the back of it, but then I fell in love with the other one, and I'm thinking of kind of putting these on the sleeves. So these are like soles. So I'm thinking either putting one or two. Yeah, so this is one thing I've also noticed, is like I was buying things to fill me not thinking of something. And now it's come that I cannot continue doing that, and I have to really start like working and actually work on my problems. So, this is another one. Look at this one, so pretty. So I'm thinking of either putting some on, or this, like, look at this pretty. So I got a bunch of this stuff, so I'll see how it opens. Like, even I got a lot of little things. I was thinking of putting this on a hat, or so I have a lot of patches that I need to like work on. But anyways, I will update you on how I go on I'll put an update on the jacket as I continue. I just wanted to kind of push record and kind of do something, because I needed to kind of get out of my mind and couldn't stop thinking. It's like, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow, I need to do it now. Because one thing I kind of is ringing in my head that I read somewhere is that tomorrow, the past and the future do not exist, so we can concentrate on today. So that's what I'm kind of concentrating, is what I can do today to better myself and remove, and hopefully one day help, because there's not a lot of help out there for like the Latino community that struggle with years and years of just ancestral mental crap and mental abuse. And yeah, till next time. If you guys are watching this, I hope you guys enjoy your morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this, and hopefully you get something, or a laugh, or enjoy entertainment or whatever, and know that you're not alone. Is just continue working on yourself, love yourself, and yeah. Next time, adios.